Everyone thought her mom's stories were just bedtime lies, the kind of tales parents spin to sound important. But that illusion shattered the moment the school doors opened and 30 Navy SEALs walked in behind her. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. It started on a Thursday morning at Lincoln High, the kind of day where the sky felt heavy and whispers carried like wildfire through the halls. Emily Brooks sat at the corner of the cafeteria, clutching her lunch tray like a shield. Across from her, three girls, the kind who always wore confidence like armor, leaned in with cruel smiles. So one sneered. "Your mom's a Navy SEAL, huh? That's cute. Did she fight pirates too?" Their laughter rang out, sharp and hollow. Emily's face flushed, but she didn't look away. "She doesn't talk about it much," she said quietly. But yes, she was. That only made them laugh harder. "Sure, honey, and my dad's James Bond." Emily felt her throat tighten. The words she wanted to say stuck somewhere between anger and shame. All she had were the memories. Her mom running drills in the backyard, the quiet strength in her eyes, the nights when Emily would find her staring at medals tucked away in a wooden box. But how could she prove any of that? She pushed her tray aside and walked out of the cafeteria before they could see her cry. That afternoon, she sat in the parking lot, waiting for her mom, Stephanie Brooks. Quiet, unassuming, and often mistaken for someone ordinary. But Emily knew better. She'd seen the scars, the lightning-fast reflexes, the haunted look that only people who've seen too much carried. As her mom's old black Jeep pulled up, Emily hesitated. "Mom," she whispered, "people don't believe you were ever a SEAL." Stephanie glanced at her daughter, then smiled. Slow, knowing. "They don't have to believe, sweetheart. But sometimes, lessons need witnesses." The next morning, Lincoln High woke to an unusual sight. A row of black SUVs lined the street, engines humming softly. The air was thick, charged with something unseen. Teachers paused mid-step, students stopped scrolling their phones, and then, the doors opened. One by one they stepped out. 30 men and women in navy blue shirts, marked with trident insignias, U.S. Navy SEALs. Each one carried an air of discipline that silenced everything around them. Stephanie walked at the front, calm, controlled, every step deliberate. The girls from yesterday froze mid-laugh as she entered the cafeteria. Their smirks evaporated, replaced by wide, trembling eyes. "Good morning," Stephanie said, her voice steady. "I hear there's some confusion about who I am." She turned to the SEALs behind her. "Team, meet my daughter's school." They lined up instantly, precise, synchronized. The sound of boots clicking on tile echoed through the silent cafeteria. Even the principal stood motionless. Stephanie lifted her sleeve slightly, revealing a faded tattoo, the SEAL trident inked over a scar. "I never brag about what I did," she said softly, her gaze sweeping the room. "Because service isn't about proving, it's about protecting. But today, I'm here for my daughter, to remind her that truth doesn't need permission to exist." Emily stood near the back, tears in her eyes. For the first time, she didn't feel small. She felt seen. The bullies looked down, shame burning on their faces. One of them whispered, barely audible, "I'm sorry." Stephanie nodded gently. "Apology accepted. Just remember, never mock what you don't understand. Some heroes fight wars you'll never hear about." The SEALs saluted her in unison, a silent, powerful acknowledgement that filled the air with reverence. And as they turned to leave, something remarkable happened. The students began to clap, slowly at first, then louder, echoing through the halls, until it felt like the entire school was applauding one woman's quiet courage and a daughter's pride. Outside, Emily wrapped her arms around her mom. "You didn't have to do that," she whispered. "I know," Stephanie said, smiling. "But sometimes silence isn't strength. Truth is. Because respect isn't demanded. It's earned, moment by moment, act by act. And sometimes, the bravest battles are the ones fought in plain sight, in classrooms, in hearts, in the courage to stand tall when everyone else looks away." If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs a reminder of what real strength looks like. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that reveal the power of quiet heroes.